Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative One Studio. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today for a little visit. Just a short one, little update this week. What have I been doing? Well, Kevin got a deer on opening day. Opening gun season was the 15th, Monday. So he hunts right across the pond, right outside my studio. On the other side of the pond, it's a red pine, I think. Anyways, the branches kind of come down like this, and he has a pop-up, it's not really a tent, but whatever, a hunting blind, I guess you'd call it, and he hunts out there. He went a few times afterwards too, and then he's like, because he can get 3 deer, he has enough tags to get 3, and this was a 8-point, and he's up at the house right now processing it and, you know, taking care of all the meat, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. He worked last night for a few hours, and then he's been working quite a bit today on just processing all the meat. So we actually had venison Monday night, the back straps. Anyways, it was delicious. So yeah, I was really happy for him. It'd been a couple of years since he got a deer. So that happened Monday. I had a busy week. I had a doctor's appointment. You guys all really loved those Whimsy Chick angels that I created back in 2004, and a lot of you want them as cross stitch, and somebody recommended putting them into a book, which I think is a really cool idea. We're just, you know, preparing for Thanksgiving. We were up to 29 people, and then I just got a text today from my niece asking if her boyfriend and his daughter can come, so now we're up to 31 people. And that is not even the entire family. So I told Kevin, I said, I don't know, this might be our last year doing Thanksgiving with everybody here at the house, at least. It's maybe possible that we could rent a hall. I know it's not as cool, it's not as homey. I mean, I want to have it at my house, but if the whole entire family, you take that 31 and then you add in another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Add in another 15 people to 31. That's what, 40, 31, 36, 46. It's 46 people. So we have a possibility of having 46 people for dinner next year, because some of the family, like, they go to their spouse's, you know, family, and the next year they'll be at the Kogut one. So yeah, 46 people. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, just prepping for that, which means just finishing up things in our downstairs. You know, I know I've talked about it before, but you know, we remodeled our downstairs, and there was a couple of doors and the trim that needed painted. So I was working on that last weekend, and then this morning I put another coat on, and I have one more coat to do tonight, and then that's done. And then it's about putting everything back where it belongs and cleaning. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Announcements. Okay, so I've been posting in my Instagram stories a freebie that I'm working on. I wanted so badly to have it and completely stitched for you guys so you could see it in its entirety, but I didn't get it done. I have a long ways to go yet, and I stitched on it quite a bit. If you join my newsletter, Tuesday I'm sending out a newsletter, and it will have a link where you can download the PDF for this new freebie that I designed and I'm stitching. And so you'll get to see what I stitched on it in my whip section. I'm not going to show what it's going to look like in its entirety. You have to go to my newsletter and subscribe in order to see it and in order to download it. And so I just ask you that when you do sign up for the newsletter, and Tuesday when you get the download, that you don't share that link with anyone. I mean, I know other designers have said this, but you know, we want to give free designs to our audience and people that follow us. I don't want it just on Pinterest where anybody can use it. You know what I mean? So please just use it for yourself. And if somebody says, hey, where did you get that? Say, sign up for Teresa's newsletter. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah, that's about it for announcements, other than I just want to briefly mention I'm doing Vlogmas starting December 1st. And yeah, that's going to be on my Teresa Kogut YouTube channel. So this is Teresa Kogut's Creative Whims. That one is just Teresa Kogut. It's more about my art. And I'm going to be doing some daily vlogging over there starting December 1st up till Christmas. So join that if you want to. I'm going to be giving away 3 original paintings at the end of the Vlogmas, and in each video I'm going to have a keyword, and in order to enter you're going to have to know all those keywords. So what I figured how I would do that is I will draw a person's name, or it'll be the YouTube comment picker, and then I will email that person. I say, hey, can you give me the keywords, all 24 keywords, and if they have all the keywords, then they get an original painting. So there you go. All right, Q&A. Nancy, oh, by the way, I'm so excited. Somehow I missed Kitten Stitcher's email, but because I participated in Teresa Vanette, Shakespeare Peddler, aka Kitten Stitcher, she did an advent box, and it is going to be the coolest thing on the planet, and I'm so happy that she asked me to participate in that. I didn't realize she had announced it to everyone. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought she was going to announce it on YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, she put it through her email. And so yeah, if you were lucky enough to jump on that and get that advent box, you are going to be so happy. Did you see the list of people that have contributed to that advent box? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm excited about it because I'm doing like an advent thing for Kevin. He's going to open a gift every single day starting December 1st through the 24th. I only have 7 presents right now, so I need to get my button gear and get him some more things. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, because now I have an advent box, and I'll probably open my advent box at the same time he does. So that'll again be on my other channel. All right, Q&A. Nancy, she wanted to know if that horse painting, Never Defeated, if that will ever be a cross-stitch design. Yes. I don't know when. I have so much early American folk art or Pennsylvania Dutch style folk art that I have painted that I want to chart, because I want to grow that line in my business. I love that look, and that one will be really cute. So it will come, probably not in 2022, because like I said, I have all of 2022 already planned out. So it'll probably be 2023 before that is released. Marlene, she had a few questions. She said, when did you develop your style, in college or earlier? Well, it was about 1993, I would say, is when I went from painting in oil painting. I was doing like portraits, commission portraits for people, and I was doing that in oil. And then I took a watercolor class, and I was painting more realistic portraits and things in watercolor. But around 1992, 93, somewhere around there, my friend Jan, her and I were just becoming friends at that point, and I went to her house. My husband and her husband are best friends, and they met through a mutual friend, and they were starting to hang out more. So anyway, her and I then met and started hanging out, so the 4 of us could hang out. Anyways, I went to her house, and I was in love instantly with her style, and it was country. I guess you call it country folk art. I don't know, primitive style, whatever. My mom was into that country look too, but she was more into the lighter colors, like the baby blues, baby blues, country blue, I guess you call it country blue, you know, more of the mauves and that kind of look, where Jan was more into like the primitive look and the darker, richer, earthy colors, which I love and adore, and just, you know, the grungy wood and all that. And her house is just amazing. In her house, she lives in a salt box house now, and I've always wanted to do a house tour and show you guys, but I don't know if she'd be comfortable with that. But anyway, her house could be in a magazine. It's so cool. So she kind of, you know, influenced my taste by just being her, you know, just her amazing decorating. And she has a great eye for putting vignettes together in her home. It's just fabulous. Well, I fell in love with that style, and I started painting in that style, like that country look. So that's when it kind of really transitioned for me, was I would say in 1993, 1994, somewhere around there. 1994 is basically when I started primitive folk, so it had to be more like 1993. Okay, she said, are you the only artist in your family? Yes, I am. My mom did a lot of creative things when I was growing up. You know, she did toll painting, she did ceramics, you know, she loves doing all of that kind of thing. And then she is now doing some punch needle and stuff. When she was here for the summer, I got her lined up with a few punch needle patterns, and she's working on those. And she wants to learn cross stitch, so probably this coming summer when she's here, I'll teach her cross stitch. And her and I made some quilts together too. No, not some quilts, my bad, I misspoke. She made a quilt and I made a quilt. We made them at the same time together at her house. That is the gist of that. Our third question was, what are you putting in the pouches, personal items or art supplies? I have two of them that I'm using for project bags for cross stitch. And I have some that are near and dear to my heart that I will keep and probably use like when I go on a trip to put things, toiletries and makeup and stuff like that in. And then they're great gifts, so I want to have them on hand for birthdays or things that pop up and you go, oh my gosh, I need a gift. They're just really awesome. Okay, so whips. I have from What You Paint in Wednesday. I started this angel months ago because we haven't been real steady with What You Paint Wednesday lately. It's been so crazy and so busy. I had What You Paint Wednesday this past week, and this angel I started in What You Paint Wednesday, like I said, probably 2 or 3 months ago. And she looks completely different than when I started on her on Wednesday. She had brown hair, now she has black. The background was like a cream color. Now it's bronze and gold. See how it's shimmery? It's not iridescent, it's metallic paints. And then I worked a lot on her face on Wednesday, and I think her face is looking so, so pretty. Yeah, I love her eyes. So she looks really, really good. I want to work on her hair a little bit more. I want to put some more detail and stuff in the heart and in her dress. And then it's all about just grunging up, you know, the background and doing what I do to make them look antique. So that is my art whip. So I have a little bit of progress on my cross stitch. Now, I wanted to give you guys a freebie, and so once I designed it, which I designed it I think on Monday, I immediately started stitching it. I have a really cool primitive way that I want to finish it, and I can't wait to show you guys. So Sunday and Monday I did a little bit of work on what I already had. So this one is called Quaker Christmas Samplers by Carriage House Samplings. I'm doing that bottom one there, except I'm not going to put on these side little ditties. I'm just doing the like quilt blocks or whatever you want to call them. Top and bottom. I'm stitching on 25 count vintage country mocha. It's a Lugana. I'm stitching 1 over 1. So last week I had the 4 stars done. I'm calling them stars. I don't know. They look like poinsettias. They could be quilt blocks. I don't know. I had all 4 of those done, and then I had the C and Christmas done. So I stitched Christmas. Yeah. And now I just have to do 3 more stars on the top, and then I've got to do all 7 stars on the bottom. I'm going to be sick of doing those stars. Let's be honest. Oh, yeah, and I'm stitching. Oh, God, I'm sorry. My nose itches. I forget what the call for thread is, but I switched it out for Weeks Dye Works Indian Summer. I just wanted a little bit more of a Christmas color. And I love the variegation and how that's showing up in there. Then on Sally Emerson, I'm disappointed because I had been cruising along on that so good, but I really had a squirrel moment and ended up going down a different rabbit hole. But anyway, I'm stitching this on 40 count 1/2 on 40 count XU Designs Grandma Slip. And the only thing that I got done is right down here on the border. I'm starting on that border, and that's all I have left. So on that green, well, let me just show you the picture. You can see on that border what I have to do. Yeah, that's all I have left is that border. And then that will be done. So hopefully I can get it done and fully finished here pretty quick. In my super duper cute pouch that I got, this is part of my haul. I love it so much. And what I like about these pouches, using them for cross stitch project bags, is like I look at that and I know there's a Christmas design in it. You know, you can get them like for the season or to kind of relate to what you're doing. So inside there, oh yeah, so this is part of my haul too. When I got Needle and Flax fabric in, I immediately had to stitch on it. So I decided to use her fabric, Rachel, Needle and Flax. I decided to use her fabric for this freebie. Look at that Santa face. So I'm a little bit disappointed that the color I chose for his beard isn't really showing up that well. So I might be tearing that out. Tearing, I guess it's not the right term, but frogging that and making that lighter. So you can see I started on his gift sack, and then you can see at the bottom, the border, I started on that. So I got that little penny is got to go all the way across the bottom. And then the tree that I got done over here, that tree, there's another tree on the other end of it. And then at the top, there's like a little border, and then there's something else gonna be right here, and then some words like right here. So yeah, but this is 40 count Steinbeck. That's what I'm stitching on, and I love the color, and I love stitching on her linen. I can see the holes really, really well, and it just makes it so easy and way faster when you have nice linen. It just goes faster. So, and he's holding a little candle, and around that flame at the top is supposed to be the beard color around it to make it look like it's lit. But I'm thinking of changing that out, so I left it. I'm thinking about doing Oh, I had it sitting here. Oh, right here. I don't know. This might be too bright. It's hard to know. Yeah, see, now that's just too bright, I think. I want him to be prim, and that's... Nope, I don't like that. That's too bright. I'll have to find something that's a little bit lighter than this, but not quite that bright. I love him. And he's in his little companion that's in the picture. Oh, you guys are going to love it, I'm telling you. So make sure you go and join my newsletter. It's basically teresacolgate.com/newsletter. It's that simple. That will take you to a page where you fill in your name and your email. It's that simple. So yeah, you'll get that in your email Tuesday. Those were my whips. So I have finishes, 2 finishes. I'm going to show you this one first. So I had showed this before. I told you I painted it for a client. Well, I ended up working on it just a little bit more because I didn't have snowflakes at the top, and I didn't have snowflakes way down here. Plus, I did crackle on it and antiqued it so the whites aren't so bright, and I really like how that looks. So I worked on it a little bit more, and then I put some design in that heart and then a little bit in the birds, just kind of duffed up the birds a little bit. So, and I have a satin varnish on this. I originally used a matte varnish on this. Well, a matte varnish will really dull your colors, and it took knocked the wind out of the sails of this painting. It just, I didn't like it. So I put a satin varnish over top, and it really did help brighten the colors up and just revitalize this painting. I don't like the sheen. That's the only bummer about a satin finish. It's better than gloss. But anyway, so I worked on that a little bit more, and just now it's completely finished, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably going to sell it because I don't have room for all these paintings. And then this was Rosie's Posies. Again, I have a satin varnish on her because I wanted to maintain or preserve the colors that are in this. But she turned out fabulous with the scrapbook paper showing through, and the crackle and the sanding that went on. Just all that juicy texture. I just love it. And that background I painted with a palette knife, so that's why it kind of looks scrungy and scrapey. But yeah, I really think she turned out so pretty, and I'm really, really happy to have it done. And I love the halo. So on the halo, I actually didn't even paint that outer border of her halo because I loved seeing the pattern so much in her halo that I just didn't paint over that. And then I painted the edges, kind of that aqua color. I love to use that aqua color in her skin for shadowing. It just makes it so pretty. So yeah, I'll try to show the whole thing. There you go. All right, so we had a couple people send in their finishes of my design, so let's check those out. First, we have Jan Holder. She stitched Merry Christmas from my Celebrate cross-stitch book. She stitched it on 32 count pink splash Murano Car, or Murano Carry, I don't know. But anyway, she got it from Hobby Lobby, and it looks so cute. And then Joe Wick sent in a picture of Wilbur done in punch needle. She said she mostly used Weeks Dye Works for Wilbur, substituting colors that she had on hand. The background she used was Valdani P4, which she loved because you get that instant design from the variegated floss. She finished it by adding a layer of cardboard and gluing wool to the back so the project would be displayed on an easel. She then whip stitched a strip of brown-black paisley printed cotton to the edge, and that's it. So thank you, Joe Wick, for sending that in, and also thank you, Jan Holder, for sending in your finished piece. I really love seeing how you guys finish your stuff. It's just fun, especially like the Celebrate book, to see those finished, because those I've only seen the computer generated one, you know, pictures other than when people get them finished. So thank you, Jan and Joe. All right, let's get into haul. I showed you one of my pouches for my haul. Here's another one, Newcastle Bouquet. So these are all available in my Etsy shop, and I know you guys love them because they're selling like hotcakes. It's the perfect time of year to have some of these on hand for Christmas gifts. Love this one. Liberty Wool and Hooked Rugs. Whoops. Look at the scarecrow guy. Americana, can't go wrong. Pledge of Allegiance. The fun little cat with the flag on his tail. Another Americana. Uncle Sam. That's very folk artish. I love it. I might as well do another Americana one. You cannot help men permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. Abraham Lincoln. I love this one. I sold that original. I say this once in a while, like, oh, some things I sell and then go, why'd you sell it, you big dummy? You should have kept it. May the magic of Christmas be yours. This is actually charted as well for cross stitch pattern. And then last but not least, this little teeny tiny one that I absolutely love. I cannot wait to use this in my purse. I'm going to put my makeup in it. It says, if you forgive the faults of others, your heavenly Father will forgive yours. Matthew 6:14. Isn't that so sweet? Look how little it is. It's so perfect for your purse. Or you could get a small one and put your floss in it and then have the bigger one where you put the rest of the project in it. Yeah, they're the same on both sides. Most of them are. The Land That I Love cross-stitch one is different. Each side has a different image because I wanted to feature the whole sampler. So I had to do one part on one side, one part on the other. I think there's another one that's like that, but for the most part, they're the same on both sides. Next, we have Needle and Flax. So let's just talk about Rachel for a minute. I had never heard of her linen. It was the day she did her first floss tube. I get a message from Colleen Holt of Stitching with the Sisterlies, and she's like, oh my gosh, you have got to go check her out, watch her floss tube. Oh my gosh, her linen looks awesome. She's from Michigan, blah, blah, blah. She has a barn sale. Oh my gosh, you should go to her barn sale. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. So anyway, I went and I watched her floss tube. I loved it. And I was so hoping that she lived close to me, but she's probably 2.5 hours north of me. But I'm sure we'll meet someday. But for a barn sale, I would totally drive 2.5 hours for a barn sale. That is nothing. I mean, I drive 8 hours to a retreat. I drive 9 hours to go see Kristen. I can drive 2.5 hours to meet Rachel and to go to her barn sale. So I don't know when they do that or whatever. But so anyways, I immediately got a hold of her and ordered some linen and wanted to stitch on it because I wanted to see the quality, and I absolutely love it. I love her colors. I love how she names them and how the names, she has a write-up basically about why she named it what she did. And I think it's very creative and something different than anyone else is doing. So you saw the first one, that was Steinbeck. So this is 40 count Melville. I hope these colors show up good. And I think I got a fat quarter on all of them. Yeah, I think so. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. It's like gray with a little bit of brown in it. Oh, I'm excited about that. And I gotta make sure to put them in the right bag, so it's gonna take me a minute. Her bags aren't really loud either. Although I love crinkly sounds. Then we have Pickwick. Pickwick is dark. Oh my gosh, it almost matches my shirt. No, it doesn't. My shirt is much darker. It shows up a lot lighter on the video than it does in person, but look at that. It's like stone-washed gray jeans. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Ooh, ooh, I'm just, all these ideas are coming to mind on what I could put on there. This one is Thornfield, a nice neutral light sampler color. I like, you know, I mostly have darker fabrics. I need a light fabric every so often. And I really like this color, and I love her modeling. It's really nice. So yeah, I will be designing with her fabrics for sure. I gotta support my Michigan girls, you know. And then Eastwick. Eastwick is interesting. I don't have a clue what I'm gonna have stitched on this. It's really not showing up the way it is in real life. It's kind of a, oh god, a faded rose color. I don't want to say mauve. It's showing up brown on my camera. I really wish I could give you a better accurate color. Maybe if I open the whole thing up. But it's kind of a, look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? The modeling is fantastic. But it's, I'll take pictures and put them on my Instagram because I think a photo will probably be more true to the color. So look for that to come on my Instagram account. Instagram.com/Teresa You know, one of the pieces of advice I got from when I had a licensing agent, she told me, keep everything with your name. You know, she was really good about branding. Oh, I forgot one. I got one more here. She was really good about branding, and she said, you know, your Facebook page should be Teresa Koga, Instagram, Teresa Koga, you know, everything should just be your name. And I'm so, so glad that I listened to her on that, because it makes it easy for people to find you and to find your different accounts. And it's easier on me, because like to try to remember all these different names, no thank you. Some days I can hardly remember my own name. So this one is called Bree. I think that's how you say it. Is it Bree? It's B-R-E-A. And I think of Bree, our daughter. Hers is B-R-I, because her name is Brianna. It's B-R-I-A-H-N-N-A for Brianna, but we call her Bree. So that's how I'm calling this. But I don't know. It could be Bria. I don't know. Look at that gorgeousness. It's it's a great sampler color. And again, I'll put pictures on Instagram because I really think the colors will show up better there. But look at, you can see the holes so well. Oh my gosh, I just love her stuff. And it's a Zweigart base because it has the orange. It has the orange, and but it's softer than some of the other ones. So I don't know what her process is, but I really like it. It's soft, but it's not super stretchy and flimsy. Love it. So thank you, Rachel, for being an amazing fabric dyer. I'm just excited to support not only a fellow Michigander, but also a small company. You know, I love the mom and pops. Well, actually, it's just Mom. I don't think she has, I think she does it all herself. So yeah, be patient if you order from her. I will have her linked below, though. She does have a couple floss tubes out, and then on her Instagram, it's Needle and Flax. And yeah, so she has a website and everything. I'll link all that stuff for you. And then my last bit of haul. All right, so I got my new planner, and I order from Erin Condren. And thank you to my soul sister, Kristen, because she bought me my first one. Now, I've used a planner since I started my business. I still write down my hours that I work and add my hours up at the end of the week. I feel that, like, when I started my business, I took it seriously and I wanted to make sure I was putting in, you know, at least a 6 to 8 hour day. I mean, I had Kyle, he was like 2 years old, I think, when I started my business. In June of '94 is when we went to our first market square in Pennsylvania selling my wares, my art wholesale to gift shops. Anyways, when I started my business, I had a planner, I mean, to keep myself organized and to keep on top of things. And I remember when I started my business, like, I would have friends call and, you know, they're like, oh, because they know I'm home, I'm my own boss and I can make my own rules. If I want to go out for lunch, I can. But I never did. Like, I treated it as if it was a real job. Like, I am working from this until this hour. Like, I had the luxury of taking time off if I wanted, but I didn't want to because I thought I have to treat this like a real job or it's not going to work, right? And the beautiful part of it was, as the kids got older and were in, you know, they had field trips and things like that, that's when I said, oh, field trip, I'm there. And I was always at their field trips. I helped with classroom parties. You know, I get to volunteer a lot for their classroom things and activities because I was self-employed. And if I'm going to take some time off during the day to do something, it's going to be for my kids. But anyways, long story short, I am a firm believer in having a planner, and I am not one to want to keep that stuff on my phone or on my computer. I like to write it down, physically write it down. I like to have a book. I've always done that. I used to use, oh, what was the planner I used for years? Wow, I can't even remember, and I used it for probably 12 years. That's bad. Anyways, Kristen turned me on to Erin Condren, and then, so this is my 2021. It says, she designed a life she loved, and I had it personalized. It says Teresa Kogut. It says 2021, it's going to be awesome. So I had that personalized there at the bottom. This is the one that I had for 2021, and it basically is a week. When you open it up, this is the whole week. So, you know, Monday, this is all of Monday. So I had my to-do list here, and then I keep track of the hours I work on this other little section. Well, there's a lot of times when my to-do list is coming down here, like into the next one. So this year I ordered a different one. I ordered, well, first of all, it's leather. So nice, and it's got like a magnet closure, so that's super cool. But the way this one is laid out is, this is, hold on. This is one day and this is the next day. And I absolutely love that because this is my to-do list here, which is much bigger than what I had before. And here's my hours of the day. So I can write when I started, when I had a lunch break, when I did this, if I have an appointment, blah, blah, blah. And then here's a spot down here for notes. So I have an entire page now for one day. I'm stoked about that. These obviously come with the monthly dividers. So you open that up, there it shows all of April, and you can put your little notes in there, what you got going on. There's notes at the side here. And then on the next page, you've got just lined paper to take notes. This is April 2022, and it's got, like, this is the bullet where you can draw. I mean, I could design cross stitch on that. But just all these lists of goals and different things that you can do. And then it starts in on the month. So yeah, then I bought, this was extra, but they put it on this thing that fits right in. But these are little sticky notes. Aren't those cool? So you can put little, you know, have them sticking out if there's something important. So yeah, these are all little sticky notes that I can use in my planner. It also has a spot for a pen here and a pocket in the back, and also a pocket right here. I believe there's a pocket in the front. Oh yeah, in the front, it's set up so like I could put a pen in here. You can put credit cards and stuff like, which I won't do that. I'll probably put maybe people's business cards or something in that spot. So yeah, I'm really excited to use this in 2022 with more room to write and sketch. And all, you know, if I have a little quick idea, I've got room to put it in there. So that's really exciting. All right, that's it for haul. All right, I'm gonna do a little insert of a video showing my fall, autumnal, Christmas, my autumnal, I can't even say that word now, my cross stitch and punch needle. So I'm going to insert that video here. Hey guys, just like I did for Halloween, I want to show you now my autumn pieces. Seeing how little I have for Thanksgiving and fall makes me really realize that I need to get my button gear and have some more just fall designs. I don't have much, guys, but we'll give it a go. This is PN009 Happy Fall. This was an early on. Obviously, the number is 9, so you know how old that is. Framed with glass, which I do not do anymore. This is a retired piece, but again, we will be adding retired pieces to my Etsy shop this winter. This is PN115 Harvest Dress. She is only available in punch needle, but I think she'd make a really cute cross stitch as well. Cross stitch 125, Give Ye Thanks. I don't know the number for this one, but it's called Harvest at the Mill. Punch needle, I do believe it's retired as well. PN078, Thanks Be to God. Finished on the antique butter paddle. PN181, Happy Scarecrow. Finished on an antique box. And cross stitch 181, same name, Happy Scarecrow. I do have another one, but I don't know where it's at. Donna Fita one, she stitched it for me, and it's I think it just is called Give Thanks, and it's a pumpkin with fall leaves around it, and that's a real popular one. Again, that was huge. It turned out huge. This was, you know, way back when I first started designing, and all of my pieces turned out really large. But I don't know what happened to it or where it's at. I remember seeing it not too long ago and thinking I need to get this framed, so I probably put it somewhere to be framed, and you know how that goes. I hope you enjoyed my very teeny tiny fall stitching and punching. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I actually recorded that when I did my Halloween one because I had everything out. I'm like, I'm just gonna record that and then I can stick it in later. So that's it for this week. Giveaway. So I am going to do a giveaway. It's going to be a pattern of your choice, and my question is this: are you a morning stitcher? Are you a nighttime stitcher? Are you both? So your keyword will be stitcher. Let me write that down. I stitch in the morning and at night, and I'm probably gonna stop stitching in the morning because once I get going, I mean, I'll spend one day last week I spent 4 hours stitching in the morning, and I don't even realize how much time is going by. I got something in my eye. Hold on one second. Okay, whatever's in my eye, it's still there. But I need to stop doing that because I get down to the studio and it's late, and I have too much to do for my business. So I'm going to start just doing stitching at night. I'll be able to stitch at night for an hour or two before I go to bed. So, and it's relaxing for me. Sitting there stitching, you know, one of my eyes start closing for really long blinks, then I know it's time to go to bed. No, actually, like I said, I'm doing good about getting in bed by 10 o'clock. I've been doing much better in getting more sleep, and I do feel way better, so that's a good thing. I think that's it this week, guys. My plans are basically to get through Thanksgiving alive and just keep on stitching. I'm just going to keep on stitching. So anyways, guys, you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you enjoy your family and friends. And don't forget, create every day. Bye now.